Welcome back to John's Garage. Today, I'm with my brother Anthony. Say hi, Anthony.
Hi.
Hi, Anthony. And we are working on his 1995
Ford Ranger XLT. I don't know what the XLT stands for, but I assume it stands for something.
It's just the trim, but. And what engine is in this truck?
It is a 2.3 4-cylinder with a 5-speed manual behind it.
Alrighty. And what are we doing today?
I want more power.
More power. So,
how we're going to do that is we're going to start by freeing up the airflow.
So the plan for this truck is, because this intake is already basically a cold air intake in that it is vented out, and any cold air intake that you put in here is really going to suck in more hot air than it is cold. The plan is to just make it flow better. So from what we can tell, there should be some baffles, and this is like a resonator chamber that is meant to quiet the sound of the intake. So our plan is to take those pieces off, see what's inside them. If there is anything restrictive or meant to be sound deadening, we're going to remove it so that it's basically just going through the filter and then through straight pipe into the intake, which is essentially what a cold air intake is.
It just won't look as pretty with chrome shiny pieces.
Right. It's not going to
It'll look more
have
stock.
Yeah. So it's going to look the same in theory, unless this piece is just really weird, in which case we may just do a piece of tubing, piping, maybe even like black PVC, something straight through, so that we're just a little bit more direct flowing, higher flow, maybe go to a higher flowing filter, but we are going to look, maybe cut something out here, because we have to pull this out of the way and see where our air is actually going in. I just think it's going to be better to allow it to draw air from where they have it drawing right now versus just slapping a cone right here and it's trying to draw air through the radiator rather than, I believe,
Through the fender somewhere.
or right down to where I can see ground right there. So we're going to set the camera down and start tearing this apart and see what we can find.
So now we're going to remove the air intake, and there's 4 hose clamps to do that, and they are 8mm or a flathead screwdriver to remove those.
Yeah, literally we're going to take this off piece by piece. It looks like there's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 main pieces. The plan is just to take those all off and make sure that they're just a straight shot through so that we're flowing air into this thing as efficiently as possible. Yeah, so this has, first of all, junk in it. Second of all, it has some kind of perforations inside this piece.
I think it's just what they did to make things quiet.
I think this is literally just a sound deadening piece. So, if I show you guys.
Do you need the light through that or no?
Nope, it's okay.
Okay.
So it is straight through, but there are those holes. And my expectation is that it's for sound deadening. Yeah. Don't know if I like that or not.
I don't. Okay, so what we have discovered is that the flexible pipe on the intake is straight through. There's very little restriction. It's pretty much free flowing through there. But the one piece that we did find that's very restrictive is this piece.
Yeah, so it's interesting because when you look inside of here, there's like an outer piece and an inner piece. This inner piece goes down from whatever this diameter is, which is about 3 inches, just under 3 inches. Inside there, it immediately steps down to maybe 2 inches or less. So it's some kind of cone, some kind of baffle. It's got perforations in it. It's holding junk in it, and it tightens down a lot. So our plan is to just take a piece of pipe that's our same outer diameters here, and then we'll be running that outer diameter all the way through this little restriction, and we're just going to delete this restriction altogether and see what that does for our flow, see if we can tell anything with power, and see if we can tell anything with the sound, see if it sounds like it's flowing like a cold air intake.
So, to the store.
And we're back, and now it's dark, but it's fine. So, what we did was went to a bunch of stores and then ended up at a store close by and bought a piece of 3-inch exhaust pipe, just mild steel exhaust pipe. Maybe not the best thing to use, but I see no reason why it won't work. It's just fine. We hit it with a little bit of black spray paint, and we cut it to the same size as that piece that had the restrictor in it, and we're just fitting that in there now, clamping it down, and then we'll put the rest of the intake together. For right now, we're still just going to run that paper filter, and eventually, maybe once we order a new muffler for the exhaust, stay tuned for that, we will order maybe a higher flowing one. I think Fram makes one for this truck, and K&N definitely makes one for this truck, so we'll see about doing that too. But yeah, so we're getting this put together, we'll get it put on, and then see how it fits and see how it works.